Not one motherfucker had Jordan footwork on the Bulls. No one had Jordan fadeaway, not a half a fadeaway, not a fake spin. Nobody had not another dream, not a D-R-E-A or M on that team. But they watched the nigga for how many years?
Why isn't some NBA players not working though like that?
Because it's just not in them. They just do enough, man. A lot of players just do enough.
But Gil, do you think, and this is a serious question, I see this in all facets of life, you got people who don't really work hard, but they think they work hard until they see, like Ant-Man said when he came to the Warriors, I thought I was doing high-level working until I came to the Warriors, saw how they get down and realized we wasn't doing enough. So I feel like a lot of these guys in the league think that they're doing enough, don't realize the work that they need to put in, though, to get to that next level.
Yeah, and that's why when they talk about Luka in his weight, and it's like, well, he don't know he's out of shape.
But Gil, what you mean he don't know?
Because you got to remember, the motherfucker averaged 33, 9, and 9. How you going to tell him he out of shape? Tell me what.
Easy, you fat boy.
Because if I'm fat and I'm playing against the dudes that's guarding me and they in shape, they ain't doing it right then. So you don't know that there's another level until you meet somebody at that next level, right? So Embiid, Jokic, and who we think, and Luka, go work out with Giannis for the summer. He'll let you know you out of shape because he's going to be, his intensity is going to be very different.
Go work out with Steph.
Right, work out with Steph, right? Because you got to look, man. There's another gear that some of these guys get to, but you don't know unless you in the same room with them. Unless you with Steph 24/7, you don't know what all Steph does. That was my argument with Nick Young when I said, I'm sorry, Caruso. I don't want to know what Caruso did in the playoffs to win a championship. I want to know what the number one, because there's sacrifices that have to be made. Steph has to make the biggest sacrifice with his regular season and his playoff time. Then it goes the second option, then the third option. So Nick Young, they don't have to sacrifice. Now you can keep doing the same shit. Whatever we do, team shit, you do that. But like going to dinner, I can't go to dinner no more. I got to watch extra film. I got to take extra shots. I got to take extra massages. I want to know what those guys do for that next level.
But what about the guys who aren't physically gifted, athletically gifted, don't necessarily have the talent, but put that level of work and watch that level of film to make themselves serviceable players in the league?
You'll see it in their game. And that's why I say when you talk about Luka and Jokic, you can tell they're film watchers offensively. But you can tell they study the game of basketball. They study human behavior.
But now even with Luka with the Lakers, now does Luka have no more excuse to not get into shape? When you see somebody like LeBron, year 22, 40, how much work and dedication he puts into his body.
But again, I heard this was on yours last night. I didn't bring it up because I forgot about the conversation. The conversation was, you're talking about LeBron James and what is he giving back to the next person, right? It was something like that along those lines, right? And he was talking about, like, what can you learn from LeBron James? What can you learn from Kobe Bryant? What can you learn from Jordan? Everybody will say a whole bunch of shit. And then I would say, well, show me who was the next Jordan from the Bulls. Who had a fadeaway from the Bulls? Not one motherfucker had Jordan footwork on the Bulls. No one had Jordan fadeaway, not a half a fadeaway, not a fake spin on the Bulls. We had Hakeem. Nobody had not another dream, not a D-R-E-A or M on that team. But they watched the nigga for how many years? You got to remember, these guys are doing their work when nobody's looking. They don't want nobody to know their secret. So Luka won't know what LeBron's doing until he got to ask him. He got to be humble and say, hey man, look, I'm trying to get in shape. I know you do this in your body. I want the blueprint.
Is that on Luka or is that on Bron to be like, look, big fella, I see that gut jiggling. Come on, come get with me.
Hey, what did Gary Payton say Kobe did?
Oh, he was asking him about his defensive tips.
I want your defensive tips. Can you give me you gotta get rid of your ego first to get the information from these guys.
Yeah.
See, people think it's the other way around.
Big U have Luka running all over LA right now.
Hey, you gotta check in, Luka.
Real talk.
You can't go to Roscoe's.
But I know that, man. Luka's gonna have to ask LeBron himself. You gotta. Hey, man, look, I want to get in shape. Can you help me? It has to be that, and he'll be like, all right, bet.
But that's a great point you bring up, because if I'm a player on the Lakers and I got Kobe Bryant on that team, and I'm not doing everything that Kobe's doing, what can I really say? And I expect him, but he told y'all expect me to get y'all the rock and y'all don't even work hard.
And that's why I always said, man, Greats don't make nobody better. And the reason they don't make nobody better because there's no one that resembled none of them. You make yourself better by following what this person's doing, right? Kobe wakes up at 3 to 5 o'clock. I've never heard nobody that's sitting in the gym with him 3 times a day. So obviously he's not getting you better. You get in the gym and get yourself better. Because if he was getting you better, you would be in the same gym with him every single time. But he don't want to be bothered. He wants to lock in and do his thing.
And that's the other part too. Like even somebody like yourself or Brandon, you as well. Like when you putting in that work, do you want other dudes around?
No,
you
don't. No.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I worked out 3 times a day. Nobody better come in. I don't even want you to be in the same gym.
Yeah, I don't even want you.
Don't look. It's a selfish mentality, man.
But now, what if it's somebody on Kobe's level that said, "Hey, Gil, I want to work out with you"? Is that a different situation because you have respect for them and what they've done?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think the people who Mayweather train, they can't be Mayweather? The nigga in the gym every goddamn hour on an hour. But the problem is, I don't want no weekender workouters. You know what I mean? Don't work out for no weekend because it's convenient for you because that's not how I work out. So if you're going to work out with me, then we doing what I do. What's that light-skinned fat nigga who's now skinny with the abs who be putting people through this shit?
Josiah Johnson?
No.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
Y'all know
getting
him.
there, Gil.
What's his name? Yeah, David, whatever his name is. Yeah. Gogan, yeah. He work out like he used to be fat. You want to pretend, so him. Right? When you work out with him, he puts you through a couple days. But you got to remember, that's his every day.
That's hard.
So same thing with the workout. If you want Kobe to take you under his wing, that means you better tap in. That means after games, let's watch film together.
Luka need to work out with James Harden. Yeah.
Listen, I don't need that part of. I need him to work out with Giannis, LeBron James, Steph, probably those guys, man. Just somebody who has just a different engine. But even with LeBron, it's 22-year-old LeBron. I mean, 2020 season LeBron. That young motherfucking LeBron, we don't know what that looked like.
Yeah, we sure don't.